Hey, Alexa, pause. How many of you have watched one of my videos and I talk to Alexa and it starts your Alexa? It's funny. Hey, well, I'm gonna take these off because I can't hear. Okay, first of all, I think everyone has a great personality, but not everyone feels that way, especially right now, and especially whenever you go through some kind of like major life change, you don't really feel like yourself. You feel like, oh my God, my personality sucks right now. But yeah, I was talking to one of my inner circle members today. It was like our discovery call. I'll call her Miss T because I don't know if she wants me to say her name. But she's awesome, just like everyone else in the group. We had a great conversation, and she made the comment of that she's really shrunk her circle down, like her how many people she's friends with down. And she said she has trouble connecting with some people. Like they're not deep enough. Like she just wants to go deep. Like she wants to know what makes you happy. Who are you? Like at your core. She doesn't want to talk about the weather. And what I told her is this, when people have gone through a trauma or they have a chronic health condition or some kind of major life change or story of adversity, I mean, there's just so many different levels. I mean, you could have been raped or abused, or there's just so many things that can happen. And I'll use the analogy of like we live in a bubble and then so many things like pop our bubble and all these new emotions and thoughts and feelings come out. So we all are born in a bubble, and some of our bubbles pop a lot younger than others, and they can be popped by a lot of different things. But when your bubble's already been popped and you get to know these deep feelings and deep emotions, when you meet other people whose bubble hasn't popped yet, you just are you're talking to the surface of their bubble. You just are hanging out the surface of them. Maybe not the surface of them as a person, but like those kinds of deep emotions and those kinds of deep conversations and feelings, they haven't felt yet. They haven't discovered yet. And when we want to talk to our friends, I hear so often people say, oh, you find out who your friends are whenever you go through a rough time. And the thing about that is like, when we're going through a rough time and we really want our friends to understand and be good listeners and hold space for us and listen to our pain. The people that can listen to our pain and do a good job of it have to understand our pain. Like if for example, if you have chronic pain, the person you're talking to has to also have chronic pain for them to be able to give you deep empathy and understanding because they know how you truly feel. If you have, an autoimmune or cancer, or you're going through a major divorce or whatever, it's just like, whatever your thing is, when you're talking to someone, they have to have had that bubble popped to truly meet you eye to eye and give you the understanding that you're craving. And if they haven't had that pop, then they can't give you what you need and what you want. So there's like a disconnect. But sometimes we can feel like, oh my gosh, it's us. Like I just suck. Like my personality just sucks. And there is a trick to that, or this would be my suggestion anyways, is this. So in my experience with me, like I have the most fun when I'm hanging out with people who get my jokes. I have the most fun when I feel like I'm being a good person. I have the most fun when I feel like 100% myself and like 100% authentic and 100% comfortable. So the trick is not changing your personality. The trick is surrounding yourself with people that bring out like your best self. Like if you're around people and you love who you are when you're with them, then you're with the right people. So it may not be like, oh my gosh, my personality sucks. As much as it is like, maybe you're just not in the environment around, it could be just the environment, maybe not even the people, but you might be in the wrong place. I don't want to say wrong. You're just not in the place or with the people that bring out your favorite qualities. Like I love making people laugh. Like I talk about serious stuff on Facebook, but the rest of the day, like, I would prefer just making people laugh, but not everyone brings out that side of me. And so I feel like socially awkward and uncomfortable whenever I'm not feeling like myself. So it's just like, I learned a lot about 8 years ago when I went traveling around the world. I went backpacking on the world for a year through 28 countries or whatever. And I met so many different types of people. And I learned that there's certain people that I feel 100% myself around, and that like, I want to love we all want to love who we are. We want to love our personality. But I learned in that my travels that there was people that I loved my personality around and other people I didn't. So it was such a lesson to me that I'm just like, okay, if I'm not loving who I am, if I'm not loving my personality, maybe I need to change my environment or make some new friends. I'm not saying that you have the wrong friends. I want to go back to the bubble popping thing. I'm saying that maybe the bubble you're living in right now, or the bubble that you've popped, maybe you need to find, it would benefit you to find some people that you can really deeply connect with. And when you can deeply connect with someone, that's whenever your personality feels at its best, because you feel like you love the person you're being and you feel connected to another person, you feel comfortable and you don't feel socially awkward or have social anxiety and all that stuff. And that's one of the reasons I created my inner circle, is because everyone in there is like, because you change in life, like if you're feeling disconnected from your friends, maybe it's that you changed, not your friends. Maybe it's not like, oh, you find out who your friends are. It's maybe your friends don't have the skill set anymore to actually feed you, that's the right word, to actually give you what you're needing. And that's okay, because they may give you what you're needing in other ways. But in that conversation, if there's a part of you that you're missing, like if you used to be a certain way, or there's a personality trait that you don't even know where it went, like maybe make some new friends, try some new things, or try out some new environments, and you'll find it again. Like maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the secret to having a good personality. Like it's in there, it's in you. You just need to be in a place or around people that bring it out of you. So I would try that first, because that's worked with me and still does. I'm in the process right now of building some new relationships with people that bring out some personality traits that I, feel disconnected to. And they're different. They're different people they're different types of people that used to bring out these particular personality traits. One of them is like my, I don't know how to say this, my like flirty, like girl, like big girl, sexy side. I haven't seen that side of myself in a really, really long time, years even. And the Canadian I just started dating, like he's able to bring that out, and it feels really good. And I think it's because he has had his bubble popped in a similar way, because he has had a spinal cord injury. He knows what it's like to have neurological stuff. He's been in a wheelchair, so he gets it. So it takes away that insecurity for me, and I'm able to tap into that. Anyways, my point of that story is just like, if there's a side of you that you're missing, maybe just change up your environment or people. Okay, I'm beating that thing to death, so we're gonna move on. Another thing is like, be a good listener. Other people have the most fun in a social setting, even if it's just two people at coffee. The person that talks the most has the most fun. So if you can get people talking about something that they love, everything I just said about, we feel like our personality is at its best whenever we are around people or things that bring out our best personality, like that we just feel comfortable or safe with that person for whatever reason, like you feel connected to that person. The person you're talking to feels the same way. So if you can hold space for them, if you can encourage and make it a safe place for them to like be funny or like be open and honest, to be authentic, the more authentic you allow the person you're talking to be, the more fun they're gonna have, and the more cool and awesome they're gonna think you are, because they're feeling all those same things you want to feel. So if you can hold space for that and be a good listener and give them attention and let them shine, they're going to think you have like the best personality ever. And then be excited when you see people. You know, I kind of suck at this one. I'm more like, people think I'm really outgoing. I'm kind of a little more introverted. You know, I'm just open. Like, I'm not a private person, obviously, clearly. But like, I'm not exactly like jumping off the walls and like, hi, oh my God. But so I kind of suck at this one too. But if you can make people feel like you're happy that they're there, and you can do that by like when they walk in the room, standing up out of your chair and saying hi. Like, you don't have to be like, oh my God, ah! Like, you don't have to do that. But like, if in your own way, showing that you can appreciate that they're there, like offering them a drink, offering your chair, giving them a hug, giving them a compliment, like something where they feel like, oh, they're happy I'm here. That makes me feel good. And then if you can make them feel like you're happy they're there, they're going to be happy you're there too. See what I mean? What else? That's it, I guess. That would be my secret to having a good personality, because everyone really does have a personality. It's just like what we really want is to not feel lonely. And what we really want is to feel like ourselves and not feel out of alignment. So those are some suggestions I would have to, like, you know, strengthen your relationships and strengthen your relationship with yourself too. Anyways, hope that helped. Bye.